I paid my child $100 to read a book. You should too. Every lifelong reader knows why reading books is important. But how do you convey all that to a reluctant 12-year-old? This summer I paid my 12-year-old daughter $100 to read a book. As far as mom maneuvers go, it was definitely last ditch, and the size of the payout was certainly excessive. I can't say I am proud, but I am extremely satisfied because the plan worked. It worked so well, I'd suggest other parents of reluctant readers open their wallet and bribe their kids to read too. My daughter is a whip smarter kid, definitely smarter than I was at 12. But until I resorted to bribery, she'd never read an entire chapter book for pleasure. She'd read books for school, but getting her to do that was like pulling teeth. And on her own, she'd read a few graphic novels and listened to the audiobooks of the Harry Potter series. None of those activities became a gateway to any habit of what I might call classic deep reading, with two eyes in front of the paper and nothing else going on. When I faced this truth a few months ago, it felt like a parenting failure. Even though we'd read many storybooks when she was younger, and we live in a house stocked with books, I did not manage to instill one of life's fundamental pleasures in my kid. Just before the pandemic, a depressing federal survey revealed how much reading for pleasure had dropped among children. Almost 30% of 13-year-olds said they never or hardly ever read for fun, a substantial increase from the 8% who said the same roughly 35 years earlier. Given that screen time among children also increased significantly during the pandemic, it's fair to conclude that reading is an increasingly endangered pursuit among children. For those of us who are lifelong readers, who value our nightstand stacked with tittering towers of books, who hold in our minds like friends the ideas and characters we've collected over the years from the printed page, conveying the importance of reading shouldn't be hard. We all understand how reading enhances the fabric of our experience. Yet, I found it weirdly difficult to communicate any of this to my reading reluctant daughter. She claimed to dislike reading. Furthermore, she didn't care to like it, and she didn't see any of this as a problem. Lots of her friends, she explained to me, just wanted into reading. I realized that if I wanted to communicate the joy of reading to my child, I had to clarify what the joy was for myself. Certainly, my daughter's having landed a smartphone last year, a second-hand iPhone with a jillion parental controls and time limits baked in, is part of the problem. Before the phone, I had a child who was like a gregarious tiger, squealing with delight at something as simple as a new deserted cooling in the fridge. Post-iPhone, I had the monosyllabic blanket slug who wanted only to stay in a room with the blind down, door closed, on the duvet, palming the little rectangle as if unhandling. It would make a social life disappear. If that wasn't a friend or it wasn't a pawn, it was only one thing: boring.